Good eye, mate.
Good eye, mate.
Good eye.
Welcome to Toon Jam, you wazzer.
You're tuning it right up, mate.
Right up, mate.
Right up, mate.
What are you doing? Why aren't you listening? Oh, yeah, listening to Toon Jam.
Oh, you're doing it
You
now,
right
aren't you?
boiled,
You flaming,
you
flippity
flaming
flop.
wazzer. You're a right bleeding wazzer, you are.
You're a...
Hey, mate.
I don't know what to call you now.
You dingo.
You
You,
flipping
you
didgeridoo.
just alienating any possible Australian audience members. Goodbye, mates.
Goodbye, mate.
Sorry. Toon Jam. Toon Jam. Hello and welcome once more to Toon Jam. I am Matt,
And I'm J-Man.
and today we are covering 90s classic
Rocco's Modern Life.
Rocco's Modern Life. Nicktoon heavyweight.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So it was it premiered in September on 1993
What a year.
and ended in 96.
What a year.
What a year indeed. 4 seasons, 52 episodes,
Not bad.
and great news, a TV special has been announced for 2018, if you didn't already know,
Du-du-du.
called Static Cling. Rocco's Modern Life Static Cling. I think
There's
it's
a colon in there somewhere, isn't there?
somewhere in there. Yeah, so ran for 3 years, like I say, and launched careers of voice actors. I'm just reading this off Wikipedia right now. Included Tom Kenny
Yes.
and
Well.
Carlos Alazraqui. I don't know if that's how you say it. Very sorry if it's not. And yeah, interestingly, after the show's cancellation, much of the staff regrouped to work on SpongeBob
There
SquarePants.
you go.
So
Where Thomas Kenny went.
yeah, so interesting stuff. They were notable for hiring stand-up comics for their voice acting, which they hadn't really done before,
Right.
because they wanted to. They used to have like workshops where they would improv the lines,
Right.
and then they'd add those to the script.
Hmm.
So fairly flexible.
Oh,
with
yeah,
it.
that's
Yeah.
a good way of doing it.
Rocco is a sort of, I'd say, of all the cartoons we've talked about so far, this one is the most, I would say, reflective of adult life.
Yeah. Yeah.
Less sort of, even
It's a
though
bit more
you
yeah,
watch it
it's-
when you're a kid and it's
yeah.
funny.
But it is grounded in a way, isn't it?
Yeah, and it does feel it's very much about a sort of
It is.
early adult life.
Yeah.
20s, 30s, just getting by in a world.
That's it. Yeah. It does reflect 90s lifestyle.
Well, yeah,
And
he's
you do
just
see-
single
Yeah.
male, isn't he? Single
That's it.
male adult getting
Yeah.
by in life with his mate.
I do wonder if you can get that shirt. 'Cause I was thinking, like,
Rocco's shirt,
Yeah.
yeah, which is super 90s.
yeah,
Isn't it?
it was
Like,
well 90s.
the shapes on it,
Yeah,
it's
just-
like the colours,
Just shapes.
pastely.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, so that could be really easy cosplay because he's just, or I mean, fancy dress is more what I was thinking.
yeah,
about.
yeah.
You know, like
Just don't wear anything.
shirt,
on
and
it.
then he's got shoes.
Shoes.
That's basically just get a really
You have to go
long
full
version
though.
of the
You can't
shirt.
wear anything on the
Yeah,
bottom half.
obviously.
It's
Yeah.
Halloween.
That's it.
Yeah, I think you can get Rocco masks as well. So
yeah, oh, trick
you
or
know,
treating.
yeah, be like
That'd be quite
face is
terrifying.
hidden,
Yeah.
not so much on the lower half. Tail on show.
That's it.
As his is. Anyway, so this episode we have watched, I do not know the name of it, season 3 episode 2,
Yeah.
either way, the first half of it, which is all about a coffee place
Yeah,
basically,
yeah.
isn't it?
It's a cafe. Yeah.
So this is interesting, an interesting episode. Very, I'm glad we picked this episode.
Yeah.
Sometimes you watch them and you're like, oh, this was a poor example.
Yeah.
I think this is a good example.
This is especially.
We've got all the characters in it,
Mm-hmm.
and basically, so it starts off. Rocco goes in to a coffee shop,
Yeah.
and it's the biggest, it's the hit new thing in it. So
Yeah.
is he working?
He's working at he's at a comic shop. I'm sure
Is
he
he?
at the start.
He is working though.
Yeah,
isn't he?
yeah.
Which I thought he worked at a.
The phone line.
I think he might have just done that for one episode.
Right.
I think it was like a sex line,
Is it? Yeah.
like place is where he
Yeah.
works. But it is pretty funny. Someone's putting a poster up on the window
Mm.
with staples, smashes the window.
Yeah.
So he just climbs out the window and decides to go wherever this poster's leading him. And it's a proper hipster coffee shop.
Yeah. Ultimate.
But sort of the 90s hipster.
Mm.
So like the beatniks and
That's it.
and it's interesting to see how style has changed without anything having changed.
Mm.
And it makes you wonder, as someone, especially for people our age,
Mm.
actually it's not changed. Like
Yeah.
there's always a hipster.
Yeah.
There's
yeah,
always
like
yeah.
they were always around. sort
Yeah,
of.
it's not a
'Cause
new
it seems-
thing.
Yeah,
They
it
just
seems
look
like
different. But
Yeah, but
yeah.
it's just an illusion.
Yeah.
They still kind of wear striped shirts though. I did notice that.
Yeah.
That's still,
It's not changed too
Yeah.
much. Yeah, but it is interesting that like this show is like, have you noticed the way it looks? Even the art is like a funhouse mirror,
Yeah.
which is what it kind of is on Life.
Mm.
A funhouse mirror on
Yeah,
Life,
that
isn't
is
it? Like
pretty
this
cool.
show. I thought it's pretty. I don't know if it is intentional.
Mm.
Probably is, but it
Mm.
might be taking too far a grab at it,
Yeah.
at just an art style.
Mm.
But it does feel very
Yeah,
much that
everything's
way.
very wonky,
Yeah,
isn't
and
it?
every episode is in some way a satire on everyday life.
Yeah.
So this is like that hipster culture.
Yeah.
Everyone's going to have this coffee, and the coffee is vile
Horrible.
and horrible.
Yeah.
But everyone's pretending that they're all lying to themselves that they
Mm.
like it, and anyone that doesn't like it
Mm.
does not fit in, and
That's
it's
it.
like, you're not cool. So he goes in, and everyone's like, yeah,
Mm.
coffee man, and they're all like dying drinking
Yeah.
it.
They're all doing
it's
like slam poetry and
yeah.
talking about their dreams.
And Heifer's just working there, isn't he?
Yeah.
On the bar, like, this is the new coolest thing.
That's it.
And Rocco's like, it's horrible.
Mm.
So they take him in the back, the Chameleon Bros, or
Yeah.
Chameleon Twins, I can't remember their name, but they're in it quite a lot. They've always got some scheme going on. And they tell him the backstory of the coffee.
Yeah.
And it's like, so it's like a Russian town called Balzac,
Yeah.
which I thought immediately,
Yeah,
like,
straight away.
that's classic Rocco.
Yeah.
Balzac. And in the town, everyone has to do whatever the king
Mm.
wants to do.
That's it.
So he's like, oh, I'm wearing this, everyone's got to wear it. And this is like,
Yeah.
so all of a sudden they're satiring the nonsense of fashion,
Yeah.
where it's literally one person says this is what's cool, and then everyone's like, oh my god, it's what's cool, I need to
Yeah.
wear it.
That's
And
it.
then everyone has to follow him because they're at the top, even though the ones at the top are looking at someone else.
Exactly. Yeah.
We're, like,
he gets. He's getting most of this from magazines. And
yeah,
stuff, isn't he?
everyone, like, basically there's comes down to a couple of people just being like, well, we've got to make sure that someone's having something new because we've got to sell it.
That's it.
Everyone's, what people don't realise is that we're all the same.
Mm.
We're all just people.
That's it.
But that's what it's trying to say anyway. But it's cool, you've got this stupid Russian town. It's quite funny, he lives in like
Yeah.
the Kremlin, doesn't he?
Yeah.
But the Kremlin on the top, because obviously you always look at it and like, that's funny looking, it's like ice cream.
Mm.
And this has got like cherries on it and
Yeah.
stuff on it. But he's going through, and eventually he's like, after wearing a series of like bushes as clothes and I can't remember what else is it they wear.
Don't know. There's like some fluff. There's like sheep fluffy.
Yeah,
type
just like
things in there.
wool and
Yeah.
like a chicken suit or something. Is
Yeah,
there?
and then there's one bit where they're all just phones for some reason. I don't know if that's like. Don't know. Yeah, I don't know what that was. They're all just
They're
like
just
old school rotary
stupid,
phones.
stupid
Yeah.
costumes, aren't they? And then he sees that only the coolest people drink coffee,
Mm.
and he says to the comedian, because they're saying this is where they were from, oh, you've got to make it us, or you're in prison. And
Yeah.
then he chucks him in prison because they're like, we can't get it from anywhere. And then there's Filbert,
Yeah,
because all the characters are there, aren't they?
Yeah.
Like the king is Heifer and
that's it.
just part of the story. I kind of don't really know why, but you're happy to go along with
Yeah.
it. Like, yeah, it's funny. So Filbert's like moaning, cleaning. Well, his job is to just clean the king's socks,
Mm.
and then on his break he drinks the water that he cleans.
It's so horrible. Like, just pulls the
So
table
bizarre,
over
yeah, he's
and
like,
it just
"It's my
boils
break,"
it.
and then just heats up a kettle full of salt water, and they're like, got
Yeah,
it.
that's it.
Serve it him. Naturally, he hates it, but everyone's like, "Oh my god, the king doesn't like it. He's not swallowing. He can't be cool."
Yeah.
So he does swallow it, and everyone's like, "Oh, he's so cool."
Yeah.
Well, and then they're all going to drink it, and then something happens. They escape, take the recipe back with them,
Yeah.
and then they're like, "So
That's
now,
how we said.
now Rocco, you like it, don't you?"
Yeah.
And he's like, "No,
Yeah.
I still don't."
I can't conform.
Because he's just saying
Yeah.
like, he's like, "No, what's so great about this country and sort of thing is that
Yeah.
we can all make our own decisions. We don't have to bow to peer pressure." And so they
That's
kick
it.
him out,
Yeah.
and he can't stay there, and
Yeah.
then it'll go on to the next thing, whatever that is. And that's the basic gist of the episode.
Yeah.
I mean, it manages, before it gets too preachy about stuff.
Yeah.
It's got enough gags and turns in it
Yeah,
for you
yeah.
to not be like,
Yeah.
hold on, why are you just telling me this?
Yeah.
You're like, oh yeah, that's
Because
pretty funny. And
it is a bit. The end bit is very Star Spangled Banner and.
well,
just
yeah,
like,
and then they
just
go on.
him
They're
talking.
like, oh, because that's it. At the end, they kick him out, and he's like, oh, well, what? And then they're explaining to someone else where they got
the cheesecake from.
the cheesecake from.
which
Yeah,
you're
which you're like, what is the cheesecake?
Boy.
But yeah, and it's like and like when we used to live in the rainforest or something daft like that.
Yeah, yeah.
Just proving that their story is bogus, and you're just like, aha, very, very good, very good. But actually, as far as like episodes go and messages, it's got some great morals without, and they're almost hidden in plain sight. That's like, it is very true. We shouldn't, like, peer pressure's silly and all this stuff is stupid. It's all stuff that probably, I mean, they may be too young, but kids can benefit from knowing it.
Yeah.
But it's not too ineffective, considering it's a show that's so regarded as like one of the tongue-in-cheek adult ones.
Yeah.
It does have bits like he works for a sex line.
That's it. Yeah.
And like what's in the cheesecake.
Yeah.
That I think Rocco's pretty good at hiding, like I said a moment ago, for want of a better phrase, hiding these things in plain sight.
Yeah.
Because you look at something like Ren and Stimpy,
Yeah, and it's very overt.
and you just like, how did they get away with it? But in this, you can see how they get away with it.
Yeah.
It's like, oh,
It's just a nudge. It's
like
just
without knowing,
Balzac,
there's
like,
no way.
it's
Yeah,
just,
like
hey.
Balzac. That's like the most
Yeah.
on the nose thing in there.
That's it,
and
yeah.
you wouldn't notice it as a kid.
No,
You'd just be like, oh, right, that's where they're from.
That's
That's
what it's called.
And then there's stuff like I say, like the cheesecake was a good example of like, you just watch that like, oh, he's just gonna lie about the cheesecake now.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
to us, it's like,
Yeah.
what could that be?
Yeah,
That's
the parents
horrid.
in the back like giggling away. Like,
Yeah.
So yeah, it makes it. It does make it like unique in that way.
Yeah.
But
It's very.
There's such a good balance of.
It is a clever show, isn't it?
Yeah.
It felt this one felt smarter than like anything I think we've watched. Like, it did feel smart, and it felt more. I don't know. Maybe we're currently now at a perfect age to watch it.
Yeah.
Because it's not like. Well, I mean, when you're a kid, you watch anything. It doesn't really matter.
No.
It's, as long as it's a cartoon and they, say stupid jokes, or there's some buns on show at some point, you're gonna laugh.
Yeah.
But we can watch it now and be like, oh man, this is life.
Yeah.
Like, there's an episode about going to the gym, and there's an episode about religion, and there's an episode about all these things. You can go through and be like, oh yeah,
That's it. You can finally see the subtext. And
and it's there.
It's like, oh man, like it becomes a different show this
Yeah.
time round. Like, which is, you've got to admire like the creators of being able to basically do that and create two shows. Like, one show that's entertaining enough for the kids that are inevitably going to watch it.
Yeah.
And then another show that's like actually got messages in there.
Yeah.
And like it's got a good level of satire. That's
Yeah,
like, that's still entertaining enough to the adults and like.
Well, yeah, and it is one of those things where now, I suppose now, they make adult cartoons all the time.
So.
But it kind of, I don't know, it almost ruins this kind of cartoon.
It does, yeah.
Where I don't know, because these I think are better than any of the adult cartoons out at the moment.
Yeah.
Like, there's some I'll watch and I'll enjoy, but none of them, I'll never be like, oh man, like Rocko's My Life now.
Yeah.
it's like, oh man, that's really clever what they did.
Yeah.
Now you watch them and you're just like, well, it's just a comedy.
Yeah, it's one
So
thing
it's-
to turn it up to 11, but to do it subtly,
Yeah.
it is a different skill altogether.
Yeah.
And that's what you've got to...
And I think almost that sort of cheekiness that it's being hidden
Yeah.
in a kids show
Yeah.
makes it more enjoyable.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
weird, isn't it? Like,
Yeah, it's like an Easter egg, isn't
yeah,
it? It's
yeah.
like,
It's like,
it's all
that's,
hidden in
that's
there.
for me.
like, yeah.
That's for me. Whilst it's still got that sort of, and it's like, I suppose because it feels like it's just an innocent show,
Yeah.
but when you watch it and you realise it's anything but.
Yeah, it's not at all.
Yeah, yeah. So the look,
Mm.
it like we said, it's got a very 90s look.
Yeah,
Um,
good colours. Good
yeah,
90s colours, yeah.
but I think the art style's original as
Mm.
well. There's not much, like some things we say all the time about 80s cartoons being the
Yeah.
same, but there's some things that you know they're the same people. So
Yeah.
things like you look at a lot of Cartoon Network cartoons. It's not necessarily a bad thing, but you can watch Dexter's Lab, you can watch Cow and Chicken, you can watch Powerpuff Girls, and even though
Yeah.
they look different,
Mm.
you can tell when they're made by the same people.
Yeah.
They've got similarities.
That's it.
Whereas Rocko's Modern Life, so say most of the team moved to SpongeBob,
Mm.
doesn't look
No.
much like it at all. Like I can't see
Yeah.
much of a similarity between Rocco and anything else really.
Mm.
It is one of its own, isn't
Yeah,
it?
definitely. Yeah. Some of the characters seem to sort of... You can see that they've kind of taken influence from places, but like there's a lot of those sort of like small fish head people with like the big lips and stuff.
Yeah.
Which are like...
And just pieces of their face that
yeah.
don't necessarily fit
No, that's
on their face, but
that's
they're
right.
connected somehow.
Yeah, like the...
Like Heifer's face is like his eyes and his mouth, and they
Like
just
the-
sort of go on a rectangle.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
just
as
stick
if-
on there somehow.
Yeah, as if if you were gonna make that out of
Yeah.
clay, there'd be a lot of cocktail sticks involved.
Yeah,
'Cause some
yeah.
stuff's just hovering, isn't it? Like,
Yeah.
the architecture of the characters is a bit like weird and wonky, but it goes with the
It
goes with the style really
yeah, because
well.
it's like we said, like
that's-
that fun. Like all the houses are like
yeah, they're all
on a curve,
bent,
aren't they?
they?
It's
Yeah.
weird, and
Yeah,
it is like a funhouse mirror.
definitely.
I do
yeah.
wonder how much of it
It's
of that is
it's
meant to be
intentional.
like that,
Yeah.
because it's a good way to describe the show, isn't it?
Mm.
It's like a bizarre look at.
That's it.
Well, it's not even a bizarre look. It's just it
Yeah,
is a mirror,
yeah.
like done through a cartoon sort of thing.
So it does have a really nice.
The music's
nice
pretty
look
cool.
about it. Yeah.
It's this is like, I suppose it's the fact that it's so of the 90s, because this is like, we talk about well, obviously we talk about it being from the 90s because that's what the show's about, but that this feels like it belongs in the 90s, because like even the music sounds like, I don't even know if it is, the guys that did Love Shack,
Right, yeah.
sounds exactly
yeah.
the same like them, so it might actually be like them
Mm.
doing it, but it's so 90s, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like even the bits in between.
Yeah, like
But-
everything from his shirt to like the
Yeah.
backgrounds and everything. Like it, if you were going to take a snapshot of like what the 90s sort of looked
Yeah.
like there's so many elements of it in the show.
Yeah.
that are just
And it's perfect for the show because it is making fun of life in the 90s.
Yeah,
When
yeah.
It's like it was current then, wasn't it?
exactly,
It was,
yeah.
So it's
You
kind
see,
of a
again,
certain
it's
style.
another thing where it's like you wouldn't have thought anything of it when you were watching it.
No.
But now looking back at it as a like
It's-
retrospectively, it's
Yeah.
like, oh yeah, that's so over the top
Yeah,
90s.
yeah.
Like,
Because there's a lot of shows that if you brought them forward now,
Hmm.
you wouldn't think anything of it. So
Yeah.
like Ren and Stimpy, it'd
Yeah.
just be cartoon characters.
That's
and
it.
That's part of it, It's
Hmm.
that's old cartoons tend to be slightly like that, like timeless.
Yeah.
It's just animals or whatever. But yeah, this is one that if you brought it forward, it'd be weird that they were wearing. Well, I mean, because it's a cartoon, you
Yeah.
still don't think like, well, they wouldn't wear that.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, there'd have to be adjustments.
if they had to
wouldn't
do,
there?
yeah, you'd
yeah.
feel like it'd have to be in the current sort of style.
That's it.
But yeah, it's interesting to see something that's so. I mean, if we never covered this, it'd be daft.
Yeah.
This is like,
Yeah.
to me, this is like, I can't think of a show that's more 90s cartoon.
Archetype 90s. Yeah.
So, shall we hit rating time?
Yeah. I guess it's time.
It's time. So we abide by a flawless, untouchable rating system, unchanged from how long have we been doing this now? Months and months,
days upon days,
episodes upon episodes to a degree, and tens of hours at least, at most.
Yeah.
And so it goes thumbs up.
Mm-hmm.
Good stuff.
Positive.
Yeah. Thumbs down. No go. That's
you.
Terrible. Shaky middle. It's okay.
I'm undecided.
Yeah, I'm on the fence on this one.
Mm-hmm.
I can't say yes or no. So, as always, let's begin with you, Mr. J Man. What is your rating for Rocko's Modern Life?
Well, it's going to be a thumbs up.
Yeah.
I think you knew it was coming. I held the suspense there for a second.
Yeah, it's a tough one to even pretend that...
I know. It's in fact, it's anything bad about the show, I'm gonna lash out with absolute violence. just because of how 90s it is.
Yeah.
It's like, that's like it's a decade of my childhood.
So
immediately lashing out.
I'm going to surprise you.
Huh?
I think.
What?
Because I'm going to go thumbs up as well. And the surprise was that you weren't sure. Because I just
that was the surprise.
So I made the surprise by saying.
Yeah, because I didn't know. I didn't know you were going to do that.
No, of course. And I would go as far to say that this is also possibly the best one we've watched.
I would concur.
Yeah. I didn't think I would say that.
No.
I mean, I didn't think I wouldn't say that. But I didn't think I would be.
No, I didn't think
coming
it'd
out
be
of
this one.
Yeah. Yeah, I do think this is the best one.
It's definitely. I think that this is a perfect example of how I think Toon Jam can work. Because it's like we both watched this when we were younger.
Yeah.
Like through those eyes, and now
we're going back. That's the goal. The goal. Our 5-year goal. No, our goal is to go back and see if they stand up to us now. It's not to say what necessarily is this show good, is this show bad. It's is it good or bad from our perspective now.
Yeah.
So that's why this is the best one, because this is the best one to watch now.
Yeah. It's held up twice.
Oh wow, this and it's even better now than it was when I was younger. So incredible show.
Yeah.
Incredible.
Absolutely fantastic.
Who is, do you think, the best character?
I think. You think the best character in that, like, they're the most entertaining, or
whatever you think? So do you think? I mean, because who do you like to see the most?
Yeah.
Who makes you laugh the most?
I think.
Come on, I mean, it's getting dramatic in here.
I think Heifer's pretty funny. Like, I think because he's kind of oblivious to what's going on, and he just seems to like just meander through life.
Yeah.
Just sort of driven by his own impulses, and just kind of ends up in weird places. And it's not until Rocko picks out that it's like, "What are you doing here?" or "What's going on?" that he ever questions anything.
I think like Rocko is the sane person
Yeah.
in the insane world. It's you, isn't it?
Yeah.
Trying to get by.
He's like Jason Bateman if they ever did a
Yeah.
live action.
Yeah. He would be the perfect person to play him. Whereas Heifer's actually the normal person, because he's the one trying to fit in.
Yeah. Yeah.
And he will go out of his way to think he's fitting in and stuff like that, when really, as Rocko continues, like, there's no need to do that sort of thing.
Yeah.
They're both sort of important.
I think for me it's like Heifer's like sort of more fun to watch, because I think in my head it's like it'd be exciting to be able to just change your life up and just constantly be just cycling through all this new stuff all the time, whereas like Rocko's kind of stuck in monotony, isn't he? So like I think it's just the idea of it makes it more fun, and so it's like, oh, Heifer's doing this today, so that's quite fun.
Well, there's some like Heifer's the one that has all the ridiculous stuff happened to him, really.
Yeah.
Like Rocco's sort of either roped in by Heifer or having to help Heifer out of something in some way. Like there's one where he has to go to hospital because he overdoses on like crisps. Like cheese puffs or something.
So
you know, it's just stupid stuff like that. I think
yeah, what about you? What do you think?
yeah, the same really.
Yeah.
I think it's a toss up. Those two are the most, but I do like Filbert.
Yeah.
Just his character, he's just so like almost just so miserable.
Yeah.
He's almost like it's like a level in it. So you've got Rocco in the middle. He's the dead center. Heifer's just dead, like happy to keep trying.
Yeah.
But Filbert's just oh no. He's just like this super nerd that just can't get by in any way, and nothing works out for him.
Stature alone,
Yeah.
but he's just permanently hunched over, like.
And he's just like dead, just weird, isn't he? Like his voice is hilarious. I think they're a good set of characters, aren't they? Really?
Yeah.
And then you've got the neighbours.
Yeah.
What is that? Are they Mr. and Mrs. Loud? Am I making that up? I don't know why. I've not looked. I don't think that's it. They are loud though.
Loud,
they do shout a lot.
Yeah.
And she was like, "Hey, Rocco." And that just cracks you up. It's got some good voice acts actually. When you think about it.
Yeah,
And,
it is a good bunch.
yeah.
Like, well, I mean, Tom Kenny's pretty amazing. Charlie Adler as well, I think, is in there as well.
Yeah.
Also, like,
And then there's a superhero, isn't there?
yeah, like
Really, really
the
big man.
Yeah.
And that's sort of like a powdered toast man type thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
He just comes in every now and again and helps him out with some nonsense.
Because he's a big man.
Yeah, he's a big man. Oh man, that's one. It's one I'd go back and watch again.
Yeah.
I'd watch the rest of them.
Oh,
I think,
yeah.
happily.
Is it like, yeah, I wouldn't mind getting like the box set. and
Yeah,
just sitting
yeah.
through
It's a
it.
shame. I don't know if it's on any of the streaming stuff.
No, I don't think it is.
But
It'd be a good one to sit and watch.
to watch
Yeah.
more of it. It's like a sitcom, isn't it?
Mm.
You could sit and watch it.
It is a sitcom, isn't
Yeah.
it? Really, like, and it's
Because there's a lot of them you watch and take for example when, I mean you'll know if you listen to the Patreon that we did Gargoyles.
yeah.
And we did the first 5 episodes.
Mm.
Now Gargoyles, you probably have fond memories of, as did we. I'm not going to tell you the outcome of the show,
Yeah.
but no, I don't think it matters what you watch. There's a lot of cartoons where when you watch 5 episodes in a row,
Yeah.
you are
You're done.
absolutely drained of
Mm.
every fibre of your being. Whereas this, I feel like I could probably watch 5 and
Yeah.
not. I mean, 5 episodes of anything is a lot, but still, you'd be like, oh yeah, that was I'm still pretty happy with that. I'll watch more later.
Yeah. Because they're the little bite-sized ones as well, aren't they? Cause
Yeah.
They're like 2
Yeah,
parts.
that's
and
it,
22 minutes, so it's always surprising how much they manage to cover in those.
Yeah,
Like those little blocks.
It's a good little like. It's a good way of seeing for anyone that's, trying to create their own things or short stories or shorts or whatever, creative. Seeing how much you can fit into such a short amount of time.
Yeah.
These cartoons are perfect for it, really, aren't
Definitely.
they? And there's some like when we talked about Two Stupid Dogs,
Mm.
and it's just like you can tell they've just got a series of wacky things that they've just thrown in a bag.
Yeah.
And you watch it and you're like, how did you link all these? Like
Yeah.
it's impressive that you did. Whereas this, it's fairly like even though 1 minute they're in Russia and 1 minute they're in a coffee shop, it all ties in enough.
Yeah,
You don't
yeah.
think like that's
Right.
actually really weird that they like half of it's in a coffee shop, half it's in. You don't think anything
Yeah.
of it, do you? So it's quite
that
good
is
for
quite
doing that. Yeah.
Yeah, I was. It did make me think of the Dictator at one point as well, because of like all of the bizarre commands coming down from high up.
There you go, and this is where it was first.
Yeah, that's it. It precedes the Dictator. Like
there you go.
Lots of comedians obviously started watching.
It's a comedy classic.
Yeah,
and it's under appreciated, I would say. In it, it's still relevant now.
Oh yeah,
that's the thing. You can watch it now and be like I say, and it puts into perspective things that were of the 90s.
Yeah,
how actually they are timeless problems, really. So
because their hipsters is definitely. I think we just
we
picked a good episode there. But I mean that does you know, it feels like a recent thing, like
you
just
think
because
like,
of the
what's
way it's
happened?
about.
I think how many times have people said, what is happening to the world?
Yeah,
and in reality, it's the same.
Yeah, it's always
just with a new
there's
mask
always
on.
there's always a group that they're doing that.
Yeah,
there's always that. Like it's sort of
it's
it shows you how cyclical everything.
People are, isn't it?
That's it. Yeah.
And the fact that it shows you, I mean, would you have thought starting this that any of these cartoon series would show you that?
No, probably not at all. I think it's kind of a relief as well, isn't it, when you realise that it's like,
it makes
it's
that's
not,
the thing, you know.
Like, you can sort of ease off a bit and be like, it's not just the
it's
times.
Just,
we're
it's
not
just the
heading
way it
for,
goes.
Yeah.
Like that's just the way it's always been.
That's it.
And you know, it swings. It's good and bad all the time. So it's interesting. It is interesting.
It's definitely got way more depth than I would have ever thought of. For, you know, looking at it before, sort of. You wouldn't really think so. You don't really. I think people underestimate the people out there that have a bad sort of perspective on cartoons. I don't think they're aware that there's this level of detail in so many of them. But maybe not to this degree. But you know, I don't know.
There's more to them than
there
just,
is. It's not just a surface.
But
level
thing. We've seen that in so many of them. Like there's such a range of different things, and they all sort of, you come out of feeling a different way all the time.
Yeah.
So it's
monumental.
The more we watch, the more we learn.
That's it.
And I hope you guys do too. But that's it for today.
Yeah.
Rocko's Modern Life.
2 thumbs up.
Still modern. 20 years later.
That's it.
Incredible. So, thanks again for listening. Hope you enjoyed it. Remember, if you did, please feel free to rate and review us on whatever you listen to
iTunes,
this crazy
Spotify,
cast on. You can follow us on the internet, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, at ToonJamPod.
The 3 hipsters.
The 3 hipsters of today. And let us know if there's anything you want us to talk about, or if you just want to say hi. You can get in touch with us there.
Give us a shout.
Give us a shout. We also have a Patreon, which you can drop us a small amount, help us keep the lights on, and get little special episodes that are about cancelled shows, films, just offbeat things, and some mainstream things. Like we said, 5 episodes of Gargoyles, first episode. I mean, that's,
there you go. What more do you want?
That's impressive.
Yeah,
that was a grueling affair. We always make sure that whatever we do for Patreon, it is far more of an effort for us than it would be when we're doing the free ones. So expect some anger, some
aggression.
No, not towards you, obviously.
No.
But anyway, go over to Patreon, check us out, have a look if you're interested. It's there. Otherwise, until next time, please, stay jammy.
Hey everyone, thank you for listening to Toon Jam. And if you want to continue to help us out, you can help us by jumping over to our Patreon page, which is patreon.com/toonjampod. And if you can rate and review us everywhere you listen to your podcasts, so on iTunes or on the Android apps, that'll be a massive help too. Thank you, and stay jammy.